All right, I've been away again. But the thing I like about these hiatuses is that I kind of get like this unpressured time to have genuine thought, and it's crazy because I remembered this. I would say it's kind of like a motto or a tagline or just like a basic value to base your life right now on. This video is for that person who's like 18 to 25 and it feels like they just haven't done very much in their lives yet. I'll tell you the phrase that's a phrase and it's a question that helped me turn my life around, at least to the point that I'm at right now. And that phrase is, what would your child think of your life? What would your child think of the advice that you give them, about the experiences you've had? Would they respect the teachings that you have for them? So last video I told you about the history of my life and mediocrity and all that good stuff. Well, I don't think I really got into how that changed. So like in college, early on, I found myself in the room playing a lot of video games and wasting a good bit of that freshman year, when everybody's trying to get to know each other, everybody's making their new friend groups and all this good stuff. I missed a good bit of that because I was still stuck in that mindset of playing video games, watching those explicit videos, and expelling. I'm getting a little too graphic, but you get the idea, right? And then one day I got this idea. I was like, I kind of stepped out of my body, and I was like, bro, if your child, if you had to tell your child about your life up until they were, sentient enough to know what was going on, right? Because after that point, they kind of know what's going on in your life. But if you tell them about your life, while before they were even thought of, what would they think of you right now? Because all you do is play video games, and you don't get girls, and you don't even know how to talk to girls really that well, and you haven't done anything interesting. So what would they think of you? So I started thinking. I was like, what did I think of my dad? And for the most part, I remember being a kid and thinking that my dad was like a superhero because of like all this crazy stuff, all these stories that he had. Anytime he told me or gave me any advice, I believed him because of all the things that he's experienced. Or my mom, she had experienced so much life. I trusted. I saw her as a superhero too. It's crazy. I listened to all of her advice. So, I believed every single bit of it because I knew all the life that she had been through, and she knew what the hell she was talking about, right? So imagine you have kids, and they're going through some sort of teenage drama or young adult, problems. And it's like they ask for your advice, and you're like, well, that never happened to me, but you give them some bullshit advice that you have no connection with because you've never gone out and actually done anything. You haven't experienced very many experiences with people, and you haven't seen anything of value. All you did was sit around in your room and play video games. And I was like, that cannot be me. It can't, because I want to be respected by my peers, by myself, but really most importantly to me is that when I have kids, when I have children, my kids respect me, and they take like I have something to offer my children, like besides a roof and food. I want to be able to help my kids whenever I decide to have them. I want to help them be greater, even greater than myself. Not saying that I'm so great, but like I want, just like every parent wants better for their child, every good parent wants better for their child than they had. That's what I want for my children. I want them to have the knowledge that I didn't, because my parents maybe didn't know or their parents didn't know. So they couldn't teach me something that they didn't know. So I'm like, let me go out here and just start talking to people. Let me just go up and try and talk to this girl. Let me get in the gym because I don't want my kids looking at me with this, I don't know, with flab on my body. And like, I want my son to look at me and be like, man, my dad could be the Incredible Hulk and I would never know it. But I'm going to believe him because I see what he is and I see what he's done. And I want to be like him. I want my children to see me and want to be like me. I want to be something that people want to be like, especially, my offspring, me further in my generation. I think that's such a cool way to use your future as motivation. Use the idea of delayed gratification. Excuse me. Use that idea of delayed gratification and actually put some meaning to it. Don't just say, oh, I want to put off my enjoyment now for, enjoyment in the future. But actually, think about what that means to you. What is that enjoyment in the future for you? Like, what do you actually want? And what is it going to take to get that, right? So for me, I was thinking, what do I want my kids to think of me? I want my kids to think that I'm strong. So I need to go out and be strong. I need to go out and figure out the things that I don't know how to do. I need to beat the problems that I have now so that when my kids have them, which they inevitably probably will, I'll know exactly what to tell them because I went through it and I beat it. Imagine my kids come up and ask me a question of something they're going through and I don't know what to tell them because I'm still struggling with the same shit myself. Isn't that kind of crazy? And then they turn to someone else who may not always have their best interest in mind. They turn to someone else and they get some sort of crazy advice, right? I feel like that's how a lot of kids end up, going the wrong way. They just, they turn to other people for advice because they don't respect their parents, or their parents don't respect them, or that's the gratification one of the things that I want in my life. And I kind of had gotten away from this for a while, but now I'm getting back to that. And I'm like, yeah, that was such a strong message to myself that helped me get so far. Why would I abandon that? And I want to pass that information, pass that idea off to whoever watches this video because it's extremely powerful to put a meaning behind your delayed gratification. I wasn't even going into this video thinking it was about to be about delayed gratification, but it makes sense, right? So yeah, I think that's it. I'm probably gonna end the video soon, but I just want to finish off by saying, hopefully you can find some meaning to the things that you actually want instead of following vague concepts like delayed gratification or whatever else everybody's saying. Put some meaning behind it and figure it out. Push through. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go. If you like that message that I just brought to you after taking a couple weeks off, I'm sorry. If you like that message, then give the video a like. And if you like me, you like what we're doing over here, then you can hit the subscribe button and stick around because I definitely have some stuff coming. All right, I want to have some new types of content, and I've been thinking a lot. And this time that I haven't been posting, I've been thinking. All right, I know you can't just keep thinking, but It's coming. I promise. I've been doing a lot of planning, and you'll see. You'll see. But anyway, I'm gonna see you later. I'm gonna just go before it gets any more awkward. Bye.